Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with D.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Dwight Howard situation. Let's get right into it. Dwight Howard is looked at as one of the best centers to ever play in the NBA, winning several awards for his skills and even winning the prize NBA championship ring back in 2020. Today, Howard is now one of the legendary players in the league who will forever be remembered for his time in the NBA. Well, that was the case until these recent allegations were brought up on Howard that surely would overshadow his basketball career. For those that haven't yet heard, Dwight Howard is being accused of SA by another man. According to a man by the name of Stephen Harper, Howard forced him to do things he didn't want to do with him and another person back in 2021. According to Harper's lawyer, he met Howard through Instagram and quickly formed a relationship with the ex-NBA star. Harper claims things moved from Instagram to real life when Howard invited Harper to his home to spend time with each other. While Harper was on the way to Howard's home, he received a message from him telling him if he would be okay with another person joining them so all three of them can participate in relations. According to Harper, he told Howard he wasn't comfortable with that and he believed Howard would honor his wishes. Harper claims that when he arrived at Howard's home, that wasn't the case, as a third person shortly arrived, which he described as a man who was dressed as a woman who went by the name Kitty. According to Harper, he felt immediately uncomfortable and tried to take off, but allegedly, Dwight Howard pulled him in and forced him to participate against his will. I cannot go into detail on what Dwight allegedly did to this man, but to put it in YouTube terms, Dwight allegedly forced this man to do things he didn't want to do. Now, this was a shocker to the world as people had their suspicions when it came to Howard, but no one was expecting him to be getting down like this. Dwight responded to these allegations by claiming he did hook up with Harper, but he stated it was 100% consensual, claiming that Harper was just mad because he broke it off with him and hasn't spoke to him in a while. Since the allegations were made, people have started to troll Dwight, but it doesn't seem like they're holding him accountable for what he is being accused of. While Howard is being sued, he is not being criminally investigated for these serious allegations. As disturbing as this was a glimpse of what's really going on behind the scenes in the NBA. You think Dwight is the only man acting like this in the league? If you do, you're wrong. The NBA, just like Hollywood in the music industry, is a dark place full of strange, disturbing activities. I exposed many times before that many players in the league are Masonic puppets. The sport of basketball itself was created by James Naismith, who was a confirmed Freemason. You can literally just Google this and you don't have to search hard to find it. The NBA is full of Freemasons and occultists like Shaq, who confirmed on national television that he was a Freemason.
What is going on there?
That's like my profession. You don't know nothing about that.
Okay, can we get a close-up on that? Yeah,
I don't know nothing about
What
that.
is profession?
yeah, which profession are we talking about?
Just look at it.
Is it a legal profession?
Of course it's legal. It's a ring of my profession.
Read it. Okay.
It's too many.
Yeah, that's too bright. That's too bright.
Well, anyway, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am.
Okay.
Of course I am.
Okay.
These allegations against Dwight Howard is just a glimpse of what's going on behind the scenes. These men are into strange activities, and nothing is stranger than what Dwight is being accused of. In my opinion, these allegations should be taken much more seriously, even if it seems like a giant joke. People really don't think about how many men have to deal with this in the industry. You guys remember some time back I spoke about Terry Crews, who revealed he was put in a similar situation in the industry party.
Is a crime. It is a crime. You cannot violate a person's personal boundaries. People say, well, man, you should just laugh it off. You should just forget it. No, I'm not going to forget. I was assaulted by Adam Bennett, who was the head of the motion picture department at William Morris Endeavor. Very, very powerful man who has access to CEO heads. What they do affects every part of the business, from producers, writers, actors. They own finance companies, the whole thing.
And did you know him before the party?
And I did not know him. I heard of him. We had never, ever even had a conversation, okay? So I just heard, and actually, I was actually looking forward to meeting him. And he looked me in my eyes, and he was sticking his tongue out overtly to me. I mean, it was no mistake that this was a type tongue move. And I'm thinking it's a joke. I'm thinking, is this how this guy breaks the ice? I understand what this is. I reach my hand out, and he takes his right hand and under mine, and immediately squeezes, grabs my and I'm jumping back like, hey, whoa. And he still jumps back, and he still does this tongue stuff, and he's making weird, and then he comes back again and grabs me again. And I slap his hand away, pushed him back more forcefully. And I'm like, what are you doing?
She's witnessing the entire
She's
thing.
witnessing the whole thing. And we're just, I can't even begin to describe to you how bizarre this is. It's so bizarre. I wake up every morning like, is this a bad...
This is what those that run the industry are into. I believe Dwight Howard himself was most likely a victim of this years back when he got into the league. Now, he does it to others as he was indoctrinated to do this. People are so desperate to join the league or get into the music industry or even Hollywood, not knowing what's waiting for them on the other side. Men like Dwight Howard, who takes advantage of men he sees underneath him. Whether Howard forced this man to do it or not, that's still debatable. But what is not debatable is that he did this as he admitted to doing it himself. The one thing that bothered me about the entire situation that left me with questions was, why did he wait 2 years to report the situation? If the situation happened in 2021, why did he wait until 2023 to report this going on now? The only thing I can think of was Dwight Howard could be correct. This man could have just broken up with Dwight Howard and now he's vengeful and wants to take it out on him. But this doesn't change the fact that this situation really did happen. Dwight Howard really did invite this man and probably did make him do things he didn't want to do. Because like I said, I believe he was put through situations like this before.
Yeah, and I don't think this was Dwight's first time doing this either. The way that he was portraying himself through the text messages and the way he was talking to him just confirms to me that this is something he has definitely done before. And the fact that people are overlooking that this is an SA assault really shines light on where we are right now. We have a man who is coming forth saying he was forced to do things with somebody, someone who was a legend in the NBA, and everybody is just overlooking that and just making fun of Dwight. Now everybody's just laughing at Dwight for the situation instead of holding him accountable for the accusations that are being held against him.
Just like it reminds me of the submarine situation that happened with the Ocean Gate. That whole situation, people were just memeing it, laughing about it, taking it all as a joke while there was people that passed away. And even when I looked into the situation, I found that there was a strange connection with it there, but nobody cared. They just took it as a giant joke, just like they're doing with this. I believe this is huge information. This is a glimpse of what they're actually doing behind the scenes. The same people that run Hollywood are the same people that run the NBA. So is it really surprising? No. But since the NBA has a much cleaner image than the music industry and Hollywood, people don't expect this and they just see it as a harmless sport. Yeah, when you go play basketball in the park, it's harmless then. You're just getting exercise and having fun. But when you're watching this sport and people are idolizing these athletes and looking at them like gods, people literally fight each other over these athletes. People will literally get into heated arguments, heated fights over which athlete is better, over which team is better. That just lets you know that they have way too much power. They control you, and we know everything that has influence in this world usually has the Masons behind it. And like I said, a quick, simple Google search, you can find the Masons connection almost immediately with James Naismith, who created the sport of basketball. In my opinion, this is something that is definitely happening in the league for sure. Something that's going to continue to happen even after Dwight Howard, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And I wouldn't be surprised if the coaches were doing the same stuff that Dwight's doing. It's just like when the slave masters were doing this type of stuff to their slaves to show their dominance. And I believe the coaches are doing the same to the NBA players, taking advantage of them and threatening these players if they speak out about the things that are happening to them. And you know what? This actually reminds me of Diddy and all of the accusations that have come out against him doing similar things to artists who want to make it in the industry. This is sadly a recurring theme that we can see taking place in the music industry, the sports industry, and we definitely know this is something going on in Hollywood. And we already know that those who want to speak out usually don't, because it means risking it all.
You know, that's a good point, because even in this situation, this man claimed that if he went out and spoke about what happened in that situation, that Dwight Howard threatened him that he would take him out. So if this is true, this is the same situation that goes on with other artists and other celebrities and other athletes. They are put in these similar situations. This is something that Dwight Howard learned from the industry. This is something that he experienced early on. They indoctrinated him into this type of behavior, and that's why he was so comfortable just doing this to this man. He invited this man like this is something, like you said, he does routinely. He does without no troubles. He doesn't feel ashamed of doing. He doesn't feel nervous. He doesn't feel afraid. He invited this random guy that he really just met on Instagram to come to his home and do all these things. This is not the first time he's done this. This is definitely something recurring. This is definitely something that he learned while being in that industry. The fact that Dwight is not trying to deny this, it further confirms it to me. Like, I believe he was asked about his allegations or about his preferences, and he replied, and I'm paraphrasing, that what he does in his bed is his business, basically once again admitting that he is into this kind of stuff and he is now not trying to hide it, even though he spent his entire career hiding the truth from the world, you know?
You're going viral, bro. For a lot of things. I just gotta ask for the people. Me personally, I don't give a right? But they say it's the safest time. Are you gay, bro?
Is this what you want to talk about?
No, I don't want to talk about that,
So
bro.
then what we talking about?
Because you went viral off of that, bro.
I
So
done
the
been
thing,
viral for a lot of things.
and I want to talk about that too.
And what I do in my personal life is nobody's business.
Thank you. Answer
So,
that.
no, I keep on. It's nobody business.
You can stop with the nonsense. Worry about all this bull crap. Mind your business. You say you going on dates with dudes, bro. Why the hell do you or anybody care who the hell I spend my time with? That's the problem with y'all people. Y'all worried about who people spend their time with. Whatever I'm doing in my bedroom, it's my damn business.
And I think that, like I said, there's so many players that are into this kind of behavior, whether they want to be or not. The NBA is primarily consumed by those in the urban communities, and still things like that to those in urban communities is still looked at undesirably. So in my opinion, now they're going to start using people like Dwight Howard to ease this in, you know? But we have been seeing a lot of other players pushing the Lil Nas X agenda that it's becoming more and more obvious what's really going on in the industry, you know?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Dwight has actually been caught on camera doing this type of stuff to his own teammates. And there's actually one clip circling around social media right now where he sits down and grabs his teammates' junk during a game. This right here further confirms the type of stuff that he does.
I actually forgot about mentioning that. You're right. I saw that clip as well. And I was like, what is going on? And like I said earlier, people were assuming this. People were already thinking this, but he kept it down low. And like I said, I think it's because in urban communities, this is still not as accepted as it is in mainstream, you know? Even though the NBA is definitely mainstream, but it's still mainly consumed by those in urban communities. That's why I believe they're keeping it hidden. But now, just like in the music industry, just like in hip hop, how they've been easing this Lil Nas X agenda in, they're going to start doing it in the NBA. Like we saw with Dwayne Wade. You see how the whole situation with Dwayne Wade and his son, that's an agenda being pushed directly through these players. Clear as day. This is what they're going to turn the NBA into, just like they turned hip hop into, pushing this Baphomet genderless agenda. And we're going to see it all over Hollywood, all over the music industry. It's only going to get worse. That's it for this video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you guys have a great day.